Hi there, and welcome to this video where we'll take a look at the key steps of the purchasing process. Like any process, the purchasing process is made up of three key attributes: an input, an activity, and an output. While all companies' purchasing processes may be subtly different, the key fundamental steps remain the same. Let's take another look at a standard process. As we said, it has three attributes: an input, an activity, and an output. Let's look at this in the context of procurement. Here, our activity is going to be raising a purchase order. Our input is the requisition, our activity is finding a supplier and raising an order, and our output is sending the order to the supplier. So let's take a look now at the key steps within the purchasing process. The process starts with a requirement. This identifies the business need to go out and procure an item. The trigger may come from a requisition form being raised, or an MRP buy signal indicating that stocks are low or there is a requirement for a new part. Before the company proceeds to procure the item, there may be some approvals that are required. This authorization process enables the company to ensure that its money is spent effectively and that it doesn't go out and procure materials that are not required. Once the need to buy has been identified and approved, the company will then find a supplier where the materials can be procured from. This might take the form of selecting a supplier from an approved supplier list, or selecting a supplier from the marketplace that offers the appropriate price and appropriate lead time. Once a supplier has been identified, the buying organization will typically raise a purchase order. The purchase order will usually take one of two forms: a paper document that is produced and mailed to the supplier, or an order that is produced as an electronic message that can either be emailed to the supplier or sent as an EDI message. Once the order has been received and accepted by the supplier will then either manufacture the materials, issue the materials from stock, or buy the materials in before shipping to the buying organization. The time taken between receiving the order and dispatching the goods is called lead time. Once received, the goods will typically undergo some form of goods receipt process where the materials are checked to ensure that they are what was ordered and that they are of the correct quality. Once they've passed inspection, the goods will normally be put into stock or issued to the requisitioner. The final part of the process is where the supplier will issue an invoice for the cost of the goods. The invoice is normally receipted by the organization and processed by the finance department prior to the supplier being paid. And that's the fundamentals of the purchasing process. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon.